Drop a question anywhere.
And starting off our news for this week, Obsidian is returning to Fallout. Ooh. What was announced? Multiple reports claim Obsidian Entertainment is developing a new Fallout game. Although Microsoft has not officially announced the game, the project is reportedly in early development. Sources suggest the project is separate from Bethesda's Fallout 5. Nothing has been officially confirmed yet, but multiple reputable insiders are reporting the project is real.
So basically,
I it's been everywhere. The rumor that actually, I think we kind of talked about it last week. Maybe not specifically Obsidian going to a new Fallout game, but like how Xbox is kind of trying to repurpose everything and
how Xbox is trying to solely focus on Fallout.
Fallout and their other major titles that are going to make
Fallout, Elder Scrolls, Halo,
Yeah.
and Gears are
Yep.
basically, and Doom, I believe is the other one.
Yeah.
So
It is smart move. Obsidian is amazing with Fallout New Vegas. They did a bang up job. I'm not personally haven't played it that much. I have played it.
I'll be honest. I've played a lot of Fallout games. I'm not a big Fallout fan. I want to love the series, but honestly, the only one that I could actually get into was New Vegas.
I didn't own New Vegas, so I got to play it over at a buddy's house a few times. But
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like I would play New Vegas over Fallout 5 if I had the same opportunity.
You mean Fallout 4?
I'm sorry, yeah, Fallout 4.
Yeah.
What was this? Fallout 72 or whatever it was.
Yes, yeah. 76.
76. Thank you. But if I had the opportunity to go over to a buddy's house and he was like, "Here, play," I'd probably turn him down if it was 76. But if it was New Vegas, I had a little bit of fun when I was playing it.
New Vegas was a lot of fun. Personally, I wasn't a big fan of Fallout 4. I tried to play Fallout 4 multiple times, and I just can't get through it, right? There's just something that it's missing that it just, you know, the game just fails to grab my attention. Unlike, and I feel like it's probably the story, because the story in Fallout New Vegas is fucking great.
It's in your
Like,
face.
it's in your face. You're like, the whole point is you're going to Vegas to find your father. Like, it's a hardline story that you're kind of having to follow, which Fallout doesn't let you, like, it doesn't do, right? It's all
Yeah.
based on your choices. But like Fable almost, right? Like, you have a story, you just have to choose whether you want the good side of the story or the bad side of the story. And I feel like that's what Fallout New Vegas does, where like Fallout 4 doesn't. Fallout 4 is like, here, you can make any choice you want. Like, this is your sandbox, you create it, right? This is your world, we're just living in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Fallout New Vegas is more like, this is our world, we just want you to experience it your way. And I feel like that is the big difference for me.
I didn't get into it enough to get that, but I did enjoy the game, and I think Obsidian's going to be doing really well with this.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, you can't go wrong with Obsidian. I'm glad. I mean, they said the that this is going to be separate from Bethesda's Fallout 5. So I think it's kind of already uh announced that we're getting a Fallout New Vegas 2, right?
I mean, that you can infer, yeah.
It's either going to be a Fallout New Vegas remake or a Fallout New Vegas 2, and I feel like it's going to be a sequel rather than a remake.
Yeah, I don't think that they would pull Obsidian just to do a remake.
No, I feel like that would be a waste, especially
Yeah.
with like the tear that Obsidian's on right now, plus like
Well,
the
and
fact
it
that
seems like
New
Obsidian's got
Vegas.
their hands in like everything, doesn't it?
They do actually. They're making Grounded 2. I think they've just got greenlit for a Avowed 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they've reportedly been moved over to a new Fallout game. So yeah, I mean, that's three, and actually, I think they're making Pentiment 2 as well.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, they got like 4 or 5 games that they're like lined up for, which is
So
kind of
yeah, no,
crazy.
it seems a little weird if you were just gonna pull them to do a remake because they're doing so much already. Why would you pull those assets just to do a remake?
Hmm.
No, I think you're right. I think this is probably gonna be a new Fallout Vegas like two. And our massive powers of deduction can absolutely take us there.
Yeah. So, if you haven't noticed, this is a big deal. So why is this a big deal? Obsidian is known for Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds 1 and 2, Pillars of Eternity, Grounded, Avowed, and South Park: The Stick of Truth. All fantastic fucking games.
Mm-hmm.
Fallout New Vegas launched in 2010, and many fans consider it the best Fallout game ever made. No cap. Players praised the deep RPG mechanics, the meaningful choices, multiple endings, the strong writing, and the memorable factions. Fans have spent over a decade asking for another Fallout from Obsidian, and this has to be one of the game's biggest what if stories for nearly 15 years. So like, yeah, like 1000%. Like this is all I heard about Fallout. Like every time they come out with like a Fallout, everyone's like, "Man, it's not that great." But imagine if Obsidian got back in there and worked their magic.
What if Obsidian put their hat in the ring?
Yeah, and that was the whole point with Outer Worlds. This was like, oh, Obsidian's coming back to the Fallout games. Like this is them showing up Bethesda, and
Yeah,
I mean even Avowed was like, oh, this is gonna be the Skyrim killer, right?
definitely
It
wasn't.
turned out no, it turned out not to be all that, the it didn't hit that Skyrim tier, that
But
level of awesomeness, but it was still a pretty good game.
Grounded.
Grounded, yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, I would
holy
say
shit.
Grounded's pretty revolutionary as far as the sandbox survival games go.
I mean, how much time did we put into that game? It was
Well,
amazing.
not just that, but after Grounded come out, how many other backyard survival games did you get? You had like
Yeah.
Small World and what's the other one that came out? Uh
Oh, Small Land, you mean?
is Small Land, but there was another one that came out that was kind of like a copy of Small Land. Um I saw it
I know what
floating
you're
around
talking
Steam.
about.
Um but yeah, no, I'm excited. I think they're going to do a good job.
I hope. Yeah. I mean, they definitely couldn't. I mean, if they could do it bad, but I don't think they will.
uh, I don't know. The only reason why I think they would do bad, and we'll get into this a little bit later, in the show, but Obsidian's workforce just got cut down by 20%. So on top of them just getting added like 3 or 4 games onto the list, their workforce just got cut down by nearly a quarter. So Uh, that's the only like that's the only thing that makes me nervous about the future of Obsidian is they have so much work they have to do, and they have such a little workforce that it's one either going to lead to crunch, or two, it's just going to lead to a bad product.
Burnout.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, so we got some drama coming up. Uh, why can this finally happen? Fallout New Vegas was developed by Obsidian under contract from Bethesda in 2010. The deal included a reported bonus if the game reached an 85 Metacritic score. And Pat, guess what
Hmm.
New Vegas finished at?
Hit me, brother.
You can say it. 84.
84.
So like
Woo!
yeah, exactly. We hit 84. Like that's gotta be something, right? Like we gotta get the silver medal at least.
Probably should have paid that critic an extra $50 for that one
Yeah,
extra point.
yeah, yeah. So the situation that sparked years of speculation, this whole thing, because Obsidian didn't get paid out because they were 1 point under their Metacritic score.
Yeah,
So
so
a lot
everyone
of
everyone
yeah,
just thought Bethesda was fucking over Obsidian.
yeah. And but Obsidian leadership has since said that there is no lasting feud with Bethesda and that the contract was honored as written. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, that's why they didn't get the
that's
bonus.
why they didn't
But
get the
also, I
bonus.
love how they said there was no lasting feud, which means there
Yeah.
was a feud
No,
at
somebody
one
was
point.
fuming.
Yeah, there was a feud. It just didn't last.
Yeah.
He stepped away and took a couple deep breaths and came back to the table.
Somebody went to the beach for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. They took a vacation on their own dime because they didn't get that bonus.
So the real barrier was ownership. Bethesda and Obsidian belonged to two different companies for more than a decade. Today or now, Microsoft owns both studios, making a Fallout collaboration far easier than it ever had before.
Yeah, which
And
I mean, yeah, I get it. But that being said, I still don't buy that it was just too hard for two separate companies to come together to make a game, right? I feel like we kind of have that all the time, you know?
uh-huh.
Um, and so it's just weird for me that they're just like, yeah, you know what? We were just owned by two separate companies and they didn't want to work together. And it's like, okay, sure. Well, I'll buy your story. Sure.
They're
Whatever you
there.
say.
They're there.
Yeah. Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever you say.
But I mean, no, I honestly do think it was that because that was it. But in my opinion, when that all went down, it was some bullshit. Yeah, I really do think that Obsidian had, a chip on their shoulder with Bethesda for a long time. I think that's
Oh, for
probably
sure.
why we're not working on, Fallout New Vegas 4. Yeah, it like because I mean it would be like a Call of Duty thing at that point, like you got Activision doing the Activision thing, and then they jump along with Destiny, and now they've got or Bungie, and now they've got Destiny skins and Call of Duty or whatnot. I honestly think if Bethesda and Obsidian, if Fallout New Vegas hit an 85 Metacritic score, just let's say it happened, that we would be working probably on Fallout New Vegas 5. But
Yeah.
I think it chapped Obsidian's ass, and rightfully so. I'd be pissed off too. And you know what? It doesn't. I mean, it kind of speaks miles about Bethesda, anyways, because they weren't like, you know what, you guys almost got there. Now we're not going to give you it all because you didn't
Yeah.
do the
I mean,
thing.
and that's the thing, right? They could have made a good faith bonus, right? Hey, you guys didn't hit it, so
Steak dinner.
instead of giving you like this bonus of however much, we're gonna give you a quarter of that, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you guys
um,
were almost there. You were almost there.
yeah, we just paid the critics more than you did.
It worked in our favor this time.
Yeah. So, what do we know so far? Reports suggest the game is still years away. And at this point, almost everything beyond the existence of the project remains strictly speculation. There's been no title revealed, there's been no settings that have been announced, and no gameplay has been shown. So it isn't clear whether this is a Fallout Vegas, New Vegas 2, a brand new Fallout, or just a spin off of the series. So, I mean, yeah,
I'm
I have
I'm
a
starting
feeling
to
it's going to
draw
be
a
Fallout New
parallel.
Vegas 2.
I'm starting to draw a parallel here. Why is there was another game that we were just talking about that did the same thing? Oh, it was the new was it the new Lord of the Rings game or what was the new game that they were coming out with that they teased?
Oh, Workhorse Studios, the guys behind Kingdom Come Deliverance, they announced that they're working on a Lord of the Rings open world RPG.
Yeah, that's it. But it was just theoretical. There was no working anything. We just have an idea. And now we got this happening with Fallout.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll tell you the difference
Uh
between the two situations is the Lord of the Rings open world RPG that was announced by Workforce Studios. They put out an announcement on their Twitter, so it was all official. This is all rumors and speculations.
this is just
These,
speculation.
yeah, these are just rumors that insiders have heard and they're reporting on. So Bethesda or Obsidian, neither of them have come out and said that they're working on a new Fallout, but employees or anonymous insiders have gotten word that this is a new project coming to Obsidian. And they were leaking it. So what we're reporting on now is leaks versus the workhorse, which was us reporting on a legitimate story.
That's valid, but I mean, okay. So this isn't an official comment, but I mean, they are under the same roof. It could
Mhm.
definitely happen.
I'm sure it is happening. You know, you had Xbox uh talk about last week, like you had mentioned earlier in the show, how they're putting more of a focus on their Elder Scrolls series, their Fallout series, their Halo series. And so I would think it would be a really you spent all this money to acquire both Bethesda and Obsidian. Like it would be a really stupid business move to not utilize that relationship and make a sequel to one of the best Fallout games ever created.
I agree.
So,
What could this mean for Fallout? More Fallout games? Bethesda could continue developing Fallout 5. Obsidian could create a standalone Fallout series or continue on with Fallout New Vegas. Multiple Fallout games could be in development at the same time, which means faster releases. Fallout fans have waited years between games, damn near decade.
yeah, I mean, I think just between Fallout 5 and the next Fallout, you're going to be waiting about uh when did Fallout 4 come out? 2015? So you're waiting almost 10 years just between Fallout 4 and Fallout 5, you know. And that's not even talking about Skyrim, which has been 15 years since we've had or I'm sorry, the Elder Scrolls 6 is it's been 15 years since Bethesda released Skyrim, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
so you almost it's almost like a given. Like, why haven't they come out with these games faster, right? It shouldn't take you 10, 15 years to develop a Skyrim or a Elder Scrolls 6 or a Fallout 6
It
or
didn't take
Fallout
you that
5.
long before.
Yeah, um I feel like it's just there's been a giant slowdown in gaming, you know, and I feel like this is a good way for Microsoft to fix that slowdown. Although I feel like
Is it though?
Microsoft is boxing themselves in by only releasing a handful of titles, well, a handful of series that have multiple titles in them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we're gonna talk about this more in the show, but um, I feel like it's just like a disservice to have all these games, and you notice Microsoft has not mentioned Starfield once. They've
No.
never talked about Starfield. So I feel like Starfield is a dead IP
Yeah, me
at
too.
this point. And so and that's crazy to me because that was another game that took, I believe Starfield took 16 years to develop and hundreds of millions of dollars. and that
that they
game
didn't make
just
back.
they definitely didn't make it back, and I feel like Xbox is kind of like kill it, just kill the project. So I would be surprised if we see Starfield in the future
Hmm.
out of Bethesda, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know, man. I just feel like we're gonna get like 5 games from Microsoft. There's gonna be Doom. That's gonna be Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Halo, and one Call of Duty. And we're gonna just get a new game release of that genre every fucking year.
Yeah.
But the problem with that, because Activision did the same thing with Black Ops, or not Black Ops, Call of Duty. Every year they're able to kind of churn out a new Call of Duty game. Number one, that took Microsoft around a, or not Microsoft, it took Activision Blizzard around a decade to build, to have the kind of infrastructure and the systems set up so they could churn out those Call of Duty games like they were nothing. The other issue that I have with that is that killed Call of Duty. That kind of yearly game release is
Yeah.
ultimately what caused the fatigue of Call of Duty. So if you're going to do that, the same business concept with Fallout and Gears of War and Halo and you know next five or 10 years, no one's gonna want to play those games anymore. They're gonna be all fatigued because that's all they've played from Xbox.
So, um, this is payback for last week. You done with your soapbox, Pat?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done now.
We can put it away. I can continue
Yeah,
on
we
now.
can. Yeah, we can expect another comment from Razor this week.
I just had flashbacks. I'm just twiddling my thumbs over here, like, yep.
Yeah,
I bet you that's exactly what he was doing last week. Okay, you good? Moving
yeah,
on.
pretty much.
If multiple Xbox studios contribute to the franchise, new Fallout titles could arrive much more frequently, kind of like we were just talking about with Call of Duty. Thank you, Pat. Different there's different styles here. Bethesda could continue making their massive open world RPGs, while Obsidian, who doesn't really do massive open world RPGs, they could focus more on player choice, RPG systems, balancing narratives, and smaller and more focused experiences. And I think that would fit Obsidian a lot better than trying to fit to Bethesda's open world RPG kind of format that they stick with for their Fallout franchise. Because Obsidian does really good, like they did good with Grounded, calling it like an open world RPG. But it 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 would be uh cooler to see what they've learned or what lessons they can take from like Grounded, for instance, to
Or
throw
Avowed.
into or Avowed, yes, or the lessons that they've learned from Avowed. If they could roll what they've recently learned over the last 10 years into a newer version of what Obsidian can do for the Fallout franchise. Because I if they did it right, dude, I think Obsidian could fucking nail it and nail it
I'm sure they could.
hard again. They could print money with this.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, I just look at the Outer Worlds, right?
Mm-mm.
Um, and like I said, that was supposed to be like Bethesda or Obsidian's Fallout,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not how it came off.
No.
And personally speaking, I'm not a fan of the Outer Worlds. I don't really like it. I don't really like the story. I don't really like the gunplay. It's just not my type of game. And so that's the only thing that's gotten me nervous because Outer Worlds would be the closest thing to a Fallout game. And personally speaking, I feel like Fallout is better than Outer Worlds. So maybe what if they end up backtracking? What if Fallout New Vegas is actually like Fallout New Vegas 2 is actually like pales in comparison to Fallout New Vegas 1?
I think you're gonna get that either way because you have people more towards they hold New Vegas as like nostalgia. Like you were
Yeah.
just talking about. You said like a lot of people say it's one of the best games ever. Like it's really hard to capture lightning on a bottle twice. So, I mean, so you're either going to
Yeah.
make something new and you're going to move on from this and you're going to do something different. It'd be like Fallout, Lost Chapters,
But
something like that.
that's not saying it's impossible because like we were talking about with the Final Fantasy VII remake, I feel like they kind of captured lightning in a bottle twice, you know? Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if you completely agree with me, but you were saying how Final Fantasy VII remake is a great game.
Oh no, you put it the best. It just the game, the Final Fantasy VII remake integrated or is just it's so good. It just automatically flashes me back to when I was sitting there playing the original Final Fantasy. And like you said, visualizing it because graphics were not the best back then. So you still had to do a little bit of inferring in your head to make things make sense. So I mean, it's really cool to see them, bring it to fruition because the idea was there, the thought was there. It's just they kind of revolutionized it and reinvented it, and
And
it
I feel like if
fits.
Obsidian does the same thing with Fallout New Vegas 2, we're gonna have a really good fucking game.
I agree.
But that honestly, that kind of just comes down to the talent that they still have in the studio. Because if they do have a lot of people from Fallout New Vegas, that worked on the game originally, all the way back 15, 16 years ago, then, you still have a lot of that talent that knew what worked and didn't work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but if all that talent's gone and moved on to other studios, then that I would argue that's not the same Obsidian that we had 15 years ago.
That's valid, and they've gone through restructuring in the last 10 years. They've gained people, they've lost people.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, look at Bungie, right? Bungie was an unstoppable force back in the early 2000s. Well,
mhm.
they could do no fucking wrong. And look at
Absolutely,
Bungie today.
yeah.
They're not the same
That's all they're
company.
doing is
They
wrong.
don't Yeah, they don't have the same talent. The talent from Bungie 15 years ago either moved on to other studios or they retired. Or 25 years ago, they either moved on to other studios and other projects or they retired. But Bungie today is not the same as it was. Like
No.
that's a whole different studio.
Yep.
It's just they have the same name.
Yeah.
As you can tell, the fans are excited.
Hmm.
Fallout New Vegas has become one of the most beloved RPGs ever made. Many of the original developers have expressed interest in returning to the franchise, and Xbox finally has the opportunity to give fans something that they've been requesting for over a decade. Yeah.
I still think there's a lot of work that needs to happen here before we can start praising our almighty Xbox gods and Asha Sharma herself. But
Yeah. Yeah.
if it happens, it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, but like I said, or like the script said, many of the original developers have expressed interest in returning to the franchise. And if that is true, that's huge. Because like I was just saying, if they were able to get a lot of the old school crew in there, and just capture that magic that they had before, then they've got a winner. But if they
I
just go
guess.
in there and saying, let's just make a Fallout New Vegas 2 because it's gonna sell like crazy, then the game's gonna suck ass.
Well, and the thing that bothers me is we're talking Xbox, and Xbox we know hasn't made the best financial decisions over the last few years. So I don't know, man. I'm hopeful, but I don't know. Um, if you know, please head on down into the comments below and let us know what you know, because we would love to know. Wouldn't you know?
Wouldn't you know?